Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and the World Cup has been on fire, right? I mean, what a start! What a start! Let's just get into it. We're gonna start with the host. We're gonna start with the host, and of course, I'm talking about the USA, the greatest nation on the planet. And I gotta be honest, one thing that I've been enjoying throughout the World Cup has been that the people have ventured out because of the World Cup to come to America, or even Canada, or it's not. Forget Canada. It's about America. So people venture out who come here, and there's something for everybody. The country, like I said before, the country is absolutely massive, and the Brits are happy about it. The stuff they're happy about, and the mundane it is for us is absolutely mind blowing. One thing, drive-through. These guys are flipping out about a drive-through. I don't remember time without a drive-through. I don't. That's just America. And another Brit was making a point saying that ranch. I forget this. My first time leaving out of the country, it was to Japan. This was like right after high school, and I actually went to a Hard Rock Cafe in Japan. Okay, and I'm expecting Hard Rock Cafe in Japan should have a ranch because it's ranch. Ranch is one of the best sauce on the planet. Anyway, so I'm like, hey yo, can I get some ranch? And they're like, what is that? What is that? Ranch? What is ranch? We Googled it. They had no idea. What did they bring me? They brought something that wasn't ranch. Okay, it wasn't ranch. Come to find out, it's not a sauce that's everywhere in the world. It's pretty much an American sauce. I was absolutely mind blown by that. So I love seeing the people coming out and finding out ranch is amazing. Like ranch, if somebody moved away from Britain or any other country that doesn't have ranch and came to America and is like, it's the ranch, I'd be like, yeah. I completely understand why you have to change your whole life for the sauce. The sauce is incredible. Enough about the sauce. Let's go to the other thing that shocked these foreigners, right? Man, I hate saying that word. These foreigners. I mean, they are foreigners, right? I mean, they don't know about ranch. I mean, how foreign can you be if you don't even know what ranch is to American? Anyway, continue on. So everybody's coming here. They're finding out all this stuff. And one thing that's really blowing their mind is the stadiums. The stadiums is massive. And they don't even know that they haven't even seen the top 10 yet. For example, the Croatian national team is impressed by this high school they're staying. They're like, this high school technology is absolutely blowing our mind. Like, what's going on here? They're getting mind blown by a high school. Think about that. That's the Croatian national team are like losing their mind of the technology of this high school, this random high school in America has. Again, the stadiums, they can't even comprehend how much. We didn't have to build anything. We're not even, like I said, there's so many, we're not even using them. Okay? And I would like to give you a little insight why we have so many stadiums in general. Because one thing that's so big in America, it's football. We're not even talking about national football. We're talking second tier college. We're talking about college. Huge in America. I mean, we're talking about 100,000 people show up, kind of huge. It's mad. So that's like that's where the stadiums and the huge, that's where that comes from. But the big portion to understand is that, bro, this is capitalist. I generally feel everybody just came to America and realized, capitalism is great. That's it. Everything that everybody's making a comment on, if we could break it down, is because it's capitalist. Yes, everybody, capitalist is what's blowing your mind. And that's one of the reasons why the immigration police is getting more money, because, like, think about all these people. I have a friend who lives in Jordan, all right? And he was telling me there's people who are planning to go to the World Cup in America and just stay there. Like, they're packing their bags, planning to never return again. Now, to you, as an American, you and me, we're thinking, come on, dude, that's crazy. I don't even like America. Why would anybody just come here and just stay here? That's not a thing. That's happening a lot more than you might think. Now, we tend to think about the border, south border, people just coming in the border. That's the only immigrant a lot of people think about. Or H1B. That's been the conversation lately. But nobody talks about all these Europeans, everywhere really. Europeans, Middle Easterns, anybody, everywhere. Africans, everywhere. They come here with, it might be a student visa, it might be a visiting visa, any of those. Once they're in here, it's so big again, they just get lost. And they can just be lost forever. Again, there are a lot of people who are every day they can be caught. That's how they're living their life. Every day they can be sent back home. Every day. But they're simply here because it's America. It's the capitalist aspect of it. That's why they're here. And that will never end. And there's a lot of people who don't like the immigration police right now, and rightfully so. These guys are doing a terrible job, for sure, right? But every country needs an immigration police. Yes, it sucks. This guy is the president. He's going to be president, what, for the next, how many more years does he have? 3 more years? It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. He's already getting crazy. But that doesn't mean we need to abolish our immigration police. That just doesn't make any sense. Okay? Just because he controls the country doesn't mean we should just get rid of all these, all these agencies that actually work for the people, not for him. Let's not forget that. So I completely understand why they are on edge and security is like a little higher than usual because, again, we just have too many influx of people coming here that might be mind blown and might want to just stay here forever. We can't have that. We just can't just let everybody in here. That's the thing. Because if we let everybody in here, it won't be great anymore. You know what I'm saying? It won't be great. And we want it to be great, not just for us, but everybody. You know? All right, continue on. But get into the World Cup. So everybody played one game, and really everybody showed out. Like, the big boys really showed out. Obviously, one of the big boys didn't show up, but we'll get to that. So let's just get into it. Let's start with the host. America played first, all right? USA played Paraguay, and coming to this game, we really didn't know what kind of USA is going to show up. This year, they're looking fire. This is arguably the best USA assembling has ever happened. Let's be real here. I mean, they have a Champions League winner. You know what I'm saying? They have at least 9 players in the starting lineup that are playing Europe Top 5 League. That's a big deal, okay? And to the point, Gio Reyna is actually a sub. Again, he got a goal, of course. But that's what I'm saying. They have so much talent, okay? And as they were coming in the friendly games to the World Cup, they looked good. I mean, they looked good. I mean, they were losing games, but they looked like, we're like, oh, it might be something. Out of nowhere, Pulisic got the message, and he's like, yeah, this is it. This is my year. All right, this dude was straight up Captain America. I mean, the connection between him and McKinney, not just that, even Des has gotten so much better. Like, he's going forward. He's a winger. He's a winger, you know what I mean? And he's dribbling. He was a menace. He was a menace on the right. Pochettino is such a elevated coach. And at this, again, they have elevated their whole game, okay? The players are elevated. The coach is elevated. The players, there's a plan now. There's actually a plan, and these players have no nerves. You know, usually you have players who are making mistakes. Maybe they're just not ready for the big show. But these guys are absolutely ready because they've been playing in the big show for a while now. And the fans were not disappointed. As an American fans coming to watch soccer, you know, it's like, oh, these guys don't even score 0-0. That's all they know about soccer. So for American team on their own soil in style like that, it's going to be very memorable for a lot of kids. A lot of soccer kids. I mean, that's going to inspire a whole new generation of young American soccer players. So it's a good start, and I hope we keep going. And let's see how far we go. I don't know. Okay, let's just make out of the group first, and then we'll talk about more about it. One group we're not talking enough about is Group C. Group C, there's been a surprise. Scotland has won. Okay, Scotland has won, and the other surprise is that Morocco and Brazil tied. And this is a pretty big deal, especially for Brazil, because there's a chance Brazil might not make it out of the group stage. There is a good chance, honestly, because I can see Morocco beating Scotland and Haiti, to be honest with you. I mean, dude, Morocco is so confident lately. They got rewarded African Cup. You know, they're saying now they're the winners instead of Senegal. And Senegal's like, we're winners. We don't care. And they're still in court talking about it. So nothing is decided yet, apparently. But they're feeling that confident to the point that their president, I believe it's their chairman, the president, whatever, he came out and he's like, I hope we play Spain. This is after they tied against Brazil. They're like, you know, people say we're the Brazils of Africa, you know? Whatever. And then he goes, what is it? I hope we play Spain at the finals so we can show Lamar that he has chosen the wrong side. Shame. Why is he not feeling any shame saying that? This is an African country where at one point, it might have been the 60, 67 minutes of the game, there was not one Not one player on the Morocco side that was born in Morocco. They were all born in somewhere in Europe. Okay? Now, Lamar was actually born in Spain. The guy was, the kid was born in Spain, but the fact that and it's not like his mom is also Morocco. It's just his dad. The fact that he has only his dad's side, this guy thinks entitlement. These guys entitlement, but they're good. And to the point that now Brazil's another one. Brazil, we all know they're legendary in this. They're like the Madrid of the World Cup. And for some reason, this season is just not right. To the point that they're calling Neymar. Neymar. And he's injured. They're calling injured Neymar to save them. Yeah, that's what they're at. Rafinha's great. Vinicius great. But for some reason, these new stars, like the old generation had their own flair, and they didn't really depend on other people to make something happen. Each of them took charge. Like Neymar is perfect representation of one of the last generation guys, right? Because when he's in there, he's just doing his thing. He's not dependent on anybody. Now the new generation, they're nervous about what the social media is gonna say about him, what the country's gonna say about him. It's just too. They're overthinking it to the point that you can even see that the way they play. I feel like the pressure is just too much for all these players, and they tend to underperform every time. And now they have Ancelotti, one of the greatest coach ever. Okay, even he's having a hard time with this to the point that the second half he had to make a complete change. That's why they came back in that game. Can they come out of this? They have to beat Scotland. Okay, they can't lose any more games from now. They have to play Scotland and they have to play Haiti. No time. They have to win every game. Is that possible? I like to think so. It would be very sad to see Brazil of all people leaving at the group stage. That's just not it. And in Group G is pretty smooth. Germany kind of came out. Everybody kind of forgot about him, but they came out and they came out clean, right? Kyle Halber, again, great game. Everybody. Musiala destroyed his leg, absolutely destroyed his leg, and he's back. Has it even been a year? I don't even think it's been a year yet. He's back. Dude, technology, dude. We're getting better. We're getting better. Anyway, Group E, I see Germany and Ivory Coast clearly are going to come out. Another big upsetter was Spain and Cape Verde. Man, that was kind of sad, right? But the problem is everybody in that group tied their game. Saudi, Uruguay, tie. So technically it's still even, everybody. And Spain can still come out. Saudi and Uruguay, we'll see what happens over there, But Spain didn't have a great game, and that's mostly because I feel like they weren't taking this game too serious, and they were trying their backup players. They weren't even using Lamar. They weren't using Nico Williams. They weren't using Daniel Olmo. I mean, I just think also the other thing that Spain also has a problem with, and they might have that problem again this World Cup, is that if Lamar doesn't show up, the fact that they have Lamar, I feel like this problem could be solved by Lamar, is the goal scoring, the breaking of the last line. They always have the midfield has always been great. The back is cool, but the breaking the line has always been hard. That's why in the last few tournaments they've been in, they don't score goals and they go to penalties and they go out. That's been their that's it. So hopefully Lamar and Nico Williams will be the puzzle like they were at Europa. That's what I'm hoping. That's what everybody's hoping. But again, that was just the first game, but it didn't go well. Luckily, everybody in that group game didn't go well, so they still have a chance. Oh, another crazy group is Group I. Group I has Norway, France, and Senegal, and Iraq. Now, Senegal and France played, and that was a great game. This is a game where we found out France is not playing. This was the first game where Kylian Mbappe got 2 goals, and Olise gets his assist. Olise has been performing absolutely amazing, and I think he's one of the players to really look out for in this French team. Not Dembele. Okay, the Ballon d'Or win. He's probably going to win again, honestly. But it's Olise. I mean, he's been amazing. And this game truly changed at the second half because at the first half, the French were not in the game yet. Physically, the Senegal was controlling the game. Even their midfield was non-existent, to be honest. Robert was the only one who was running around, really, And Olise wasn't really getting to the game. Kylian Mbappe was missing chances. I mean, they didn't look very clean. But for some reason, after the second half, they all got absolutely in gear. And it started off with Mane not defending Olise. Why would you give Olise any kind of space? Anyway, Mane gives Olise a space, and Olise gets a great ball for Kylian Mbappe. And once that goal was scored, we all kind of knew the day was over. And but the French were like, nah, 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 nah. We're gonna really up this up. The French were just too much. Like I said, this is a French team that has absolutely 3 teams that would compete in the World Cup right now. That's what they have in their bench. For example, the substitute. Did you see each replacement? I mean, it's until the game was over. Each player that would come in, you're like, oh my, they have another guy. They have him. He's also in. So the French have no excuse not winning, and Kylian Mbappe looks like is ready. He loves the World Cup. That's his tournament, and this is a tournament where, I mean, the record is going to be broken by how many goals are being scored. The fact they added all the extra team in the tournament, there's more games, so therefore more goals. Simple as that. So the record is going to be broken this tournament for sure. The Golden Boot player for the World Cup, I expect them. It used to be like 5 goals. We should expect about 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? 7 or 8. And the way everything's going right now, it might be 10 or 12, guys. I'm saying that because Kylian Mbappe started with those 2 amazing goals. And then you have Holland in Norway answering it back. He gets 2 goals as well. They're doing great. And really, Norway looks great this year. It's not just Holland anymore. Unlike Poland for Lewandowski, they never really had a solid base, right? The mid and the back. That's what I'm talking about. But for Norway, they're looking great, dog. They're looking great. The front looks great. He has some help in the middle. They're great. Technically, all they have to do is beat Senegal. Can they do it? Can they beat Senegal? They have to beat Senegal. They absolutely have to beat Senegal. Well, I guess they don't even have to. They don't have to beat Senegal. I guess even if they lose to Senegal, because Senegal lost the game, the third place also goes into another round anyway, so it doesn't really matter to be real. But nevertheless, this is another bracket that looks really good, right? And then Group H, we got Argentina, Austria, Jordan, and Algeria. So the big game everybody's talking about, Argentina, Algeria, obviously, because Lionel Messi, the greatest player of all time. Lionel Messi is the greatest athlete of all time. And I'm willing to sit, whatever cafe you want to go sit. I don't care. We can go sit and we can go band for band. Bar for bar. Okay. Highlight to highlight. Lionel Messi, hands down, the greatest athlete of all time. I said it. And I'm not just saying it because of this game or whatever, but it didn't even matter. He already completed football. Like, everything was already done, like I was saying. This was just icing on the cake. And a lot of people didn't really focus on Argentina. We forgot that they're the defending champs. And also, they still have Lionel Messi, who's been tearing it up in America. Lionel Messi is going to look back and say, moving to America was one of the best choices I ever made in my life. Because it is. Look at this. America loves Messi, and Messi loves America. Okay, and the fact that he doesn't speak English, it's just a charm. It's just the charm of the GOAT. It just adds on more to the allure. Okay, I can't imagine if he speaks English and if he knew pop culture, they would have told him to choose a side, and then we would probably hate him. You know what I'm saying? I know Ronaldo has to choose a side, and you know what side he has to pick. We don't know what side Messi's on. We don't even want to know. Okay, so he's having a great time. The fandom is not as crazy it is in Europe, obviously, because America soccer is just not the first tier. And he picked to live Miami of all places. Miami specifically, there's too many people with a lot of money, so he gets even less attention. Great for him as well. So I'm sure he's loving the life. So the World Cup is happening in his backyard in a sense, right? He's already playing in the league, so he can literally go back home every game he plays and sleep in his own bed and come back. You get what I'm saying? That's how home he is. So everybody has to adjust to his time zone in a way. So he's coming in. He's looking fresh. He's looking great. He's been absolutely killing MLS. Just like the last few months. I'm not even saying this. Just the last few months. The last few games he played for the MLS, killed it. He's coming in with a great form. But no one's talking about it because obviously all our attention is on France. Kylian Mbappe, the dictator. And the attention should be on him. He's a great player. There's especially the season club-wise he had, right? So anyway, for Argentina, I think they're still, like I was saying, they're my dark horse. They can keep the World Cup. And Lionel Messi is not playing to win the World Cup again, really. He said it himself. He's so grateful. God, please stop it. You know, he's like, yo, enough. I had enough. I can't ask for anything more. So that stress is just out of there, and you just feel like that stress goes out for everybody that he's playing with. They all kind of accomplished it, last World Cup. So this is just like, hey, if we win the World Cup, we win it. If we don't, it's cool. Each of these players, if you look out throughout the season and the drama that's going on in each of their clubs, right, and how they perform throughout the season for their clubs, compared to how they perform when they play against Lionel Messi, it's just not the same. And I just don't see any other team in this World Cup who's performing like that other than France. Other than France, guys. Nevertheless, Argentina has a great chance, and we could honestly have France and Argentina again. It's always a blast watching those two teams play. So it could happen. It's very likely, because Argentina's gonna come out of their group, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So Lionel Messi had another great night in front of Kansas City. Yo, this is one of those games I'm like, I should have went. Tickets were $600. Nah, that's too much. No, I'm cool. I'm cool. Anyway, Messi just gives us one of the best performances so far, right? So far, one of the best individual performance. 3 goals, bro. And it would have been a 4, but one of the goals were disallowed at the beginning. Rightfully so, I'm not. But he's so good. This is a game where he's relaxed. The players are absolutely immaculate. Scaloni created a system where even Lionel Messi's not there, these guys are working horse. Each position, they feel so comfortable. It doesn't even matter who the personnel is. It's just that the following direction, each of them, the way they play, they're very aggressive. The passing is very clean, and there's no jitters. If you give any of these players a sniff of a chance, they will score. Look at their front. Julia Alvarez is there. Lero Martinez is there. Okay? And then let's come to the middle. Look at their midfield. Look at their back. They are a star-studded team, honestly. I know a lot of Messi just an add-on, but even without him, they're fine. So a lot of people think Lionel Messi is going to play that much part in this World Cup, really. So we wanted to see how he was going to be utilized. I mean, after this performance, he's going to be utilized every game. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to play as much as he needs to play. So he started it. There's not too much expectations for him, obviously. And he immediately scores a goal. And we're like, oh, is this going to be one of those nights? Whenever Lionel Messi doesn't miss a chance like that, one-on-one goalkeeper, you just know that's going to be a great night. He's like, oh, okay, I'm feeling sharp. He was absolutely sharp. Everybody's raving about it. Oh, the greatest all time. He's so good. Is there anything else to say about him? In Group L, we had England and Croatia play. I just think England just had too much power. As the game went on, Harry Kane is obviously the guy to look for. This is a very star-studded team. One thing I heard about is like Alexandra is not. How is Trent not here? Trent's not here, and then they were saying, well, we have a position available for Trent, but the problem is we can't get hold of Trent. Where's Trent? You can't get a hold of Trent? I don't. What does that even mean? What? Anyway, Trent's not there. I don't even understand how they don't have Trent Alexandra. But that tells you how much depth there is in the England team. There's so many stars. There's so many stars, bro. Okay? And Harry Kane is leading that. Now, like I said, everybody's scoring goals here. Harry, are you going to score a goal too? Harry does that. Harry does it. Harry gets 2 goals as well. And England gets 4 goals against Croatia. Croatia put a good fight, but they're just not good enough. Let's just say that. I mean, they're not. The golden age is dying out, and there's no new guys coming out. Honestly, okay. And England, there's too much. There's literally too much. Rashford score, Bellingham score, and Kane gets his 2 goals. These are stars. Dallas Stadium, they saw stars play, and Croatia just doesn't have these stars. That was really the big difference, and it really showed. And England, they started rough, but they ended letting people know we should be taken serious. Maybe the trophy is coming home. Okay, so the big boys have gotten some goals. Everybody got 2 goals. Lionel Messi gets 3 goals. Let everybody know that he's about that life. So he's basically tied having the most goals in the World Cup. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. For reference, Cristiano Ronaldo is number 8. Lionel Messi is number 1. Okay, and I'm not saying it's over because Kylian Mbappe is right there behind him, and Kylian has time, right? But he can break it in this World Cup as well for Kylian. So yes, Messi has it for now, but I don't know if that's gonna last. But it would be cool to see it lasting. To be honest with you, that would be that'd be fire. Anyway, we're waiting for Cristiano. Oh my God, everybody's performing. Is Cristiano gonna perform tomorrow? Now, the problem is that Cristiano Ronaldo is just not the Cristiano Ronaldo that we knew that was in Europe. Not just that was in Real Madrid specifically. He plays a different role. He plays a different style. Everybody was thinking it. The fans were thinking it. Ronaldo's probably at home thinking, I got to score 4 goals tomorrow. I even think that his teammates were thinking that as well. And I like to think the performance they put out is because of that. That's my theory. That's my theory. And Portugal played against Congo, Congo. A team has not been here for a minute, okay? Say the least. So this should have been an easy run. We're all assuming he's going to get 2 goals at least. You know what I mean? He's going to be part of the conversation. That didn't happen at all. Yes, you can say even starting off the game, it looked like it could go that way. Portugal gets the first goal, and they're looking great. So I think after they got the first goal, they were thinking in their head, hey, man, let's help Ronaldo score 3 goals or maybe even 2 goals. Let's just help him score some goals. And that's kind of the way they changed their approach. They were trying to give Ronaldo some chances, and Ronaldo was picking up on that. Now he's like, yeah, let me put myself in every position there is to score a goal, you know? And it just didn't work out. Congo gets a goal back. Now it's 1-1. Portugal is pressuring. They're getting the ball. They're just having a hard time scoring any goal. There was a moment where it was a clear pass to Bruno Fernandes, but Ronaldo gets in the way. Instead of Ronaldo making a run towards the goalkeeper, he comes back and gets in front of Bruno Fernandes. And obviously, the ball is behind him because it wasn't for him. So it goes out. They tied the game. Ronaldo didn't score any goal. He performed terribly. I mean, overall, the whole team performed terribly. And I generally believe for a minute they were kind of focused on trying to help Ronaldo score some goals. And then they realized, we gotta score a goal. Like, we have to actually win this game. But it was too late by the time they realized that, because Ronaldo was still in that kind of mentality of trying to score a goal, and he just messed up everything. I'm not gonna doubt Ronaldo and say like this is it. They need to just get. Everybody's like, if he cares about this country, he needs to leave. He's a narcissist. He's not gonna leave. Are you out of your mind? It doesn't matter. He will burn with the national team. He's not gonna leave anywhere. Anyway, how is he gonna perform next game? I don't know, because the coach basically said it doesn't matter if his legs are working. He's playing. So, how far are they gonna get? We shall see. It would be very interesting. I feel bad for the Ronaldo fans. Obviously, they were all hoping to have a conversation like we have. We're getting absolutely unlimited supplies of class performance by Lionel Messi. I'm not seeing it, my boy over there. It's kind of sad. They're saying he might be the problem. We're in a time we're talking about Ronaldo needs to. What did Henry said? Henry said Ronaldo needs to help the team make a goal, not help himself make a goal. On point. He's been like that his whole career. We expected this guy to change now? Come on. Anyway, that's all I got, and I'll see you guys.